Hello and welcome to this special edition of In the Know. I'm Mark Ray. Today's episode is all about classroom technology and an initiative called weLearn One-to-One. So what does that mean? Well, like with textbooks, schools are checking out laptops and iPads to students for use in class and at home. It's all thanks to the $24 million technology levy approved by voters last fall. The one-to-one model is already making a difference at 5 different schools and is scheduled to expand to all schools over the next 5 years. Let's look at 3 areas where changes are already happening. First, teaching and how one-to-one is transforming the classroom. Next, choice and access, how it makes modern technology available to all kids, regardless of their family's income level. And learning, how it helps kids take ownership of their education. Let's start there with a visit to 2 Vancouver schools. This classroom at Lewis and Clark High School looks pretty normal, but something unique is happening. These students are combining laptops and traditional instruction. It's called blended learning.
One of the side effects of this, which we really find the students really enjoy, is that in terms of books, they have very few. Their laptop computer is their textbook in essence.
Students come to school each day, but thanks to those laptops and online courses, they choose when they want to work on math or French.
It helps you with a specific class. It's like most people, they're not like all evenly balanced. They're like, I'm about 90% in this and 50% in that. So like it helps with those classes that need to get boosted along.
In addition to their online courses, students have daily breakout sessions with teachers to extend and enhance what they've already learned. Over at Vancouver iTech Preparatory, students are also using laptops, but in a different way. Students in this science, technology, engineering, and math magnet program have a traditional class schedule, but their studies are focused around projects, and technology plays a major role in how they work.
They have the ability, instead of having to spend their time finding a lot of information through various resources, having the internet at their fingertips allows them to find that instant information and spend more time critically thinking, analyzing, and evaluating that information.
For iTech students, blended learning means access to a learning management system that keeps them organized and connected.
Students really have access to their schoolwork basically 24/7. They can get their assignments if they're sick. They can collaborate with their peers online.
One of the lessons learned is that students may not know as much as we give them credit for when it comes to technology, at least in school.
They're really great at using technology for social purposes, not necessarily translating to academic purposes, from saving a document so that they can access it again to not typing an entire question into Google. So those are some of the skills that we really have to make sure that we teach that are different than I think what we came in with an understanding of.
It's one thing to teach kids how to use technology to get what they need, but it's also important to show them how to use it responsibly. Katie Nedved is a teacher librarian at both iTech and Lewis and Clark. One of her first big jobs was to help students understand what it means to be a digital citizen.
Digital citizenship is really ethically using information, being able to create your own product based on materials that you research. It's all about making things your own, but giving credit back to whatever source you derive your information from. And just being an ethical user of technology.
Digital citizenship and teaching students how to use information effectively are expanding areas of focus at every Vancouver public school, even at the elementary level. Now let's take a look at number 2 on our list, choice and access. Preparing students for college and careers begins before students reach high school. At McLaughlin Middle School, students have received iPads and a focus on what it takes to be successful in school. Brig Williams teaches Newcomer English Language Learners, a class for students who have been in the U.S. for less than a year. Many of them begin school in Vancouver unable to speak a word of English. With the one-to-one iPads, Mr. Williams has the students create slideshows demonstrating that they understand what he's saying.
I believe that the one-to-one technology is boosting that learning curve because they can practice vocabulary, but more importantly, the fact that they have to interact with that technology gives them what we call an authentic engagement, which is a real-world experience.
Students also use their devices for note-taking and translation. The goal is to get them integrated into regular classrooms as quickly as possible. For another group of students at McLaughlin, the goal is college. As Nick Voll shows us, they're using iPads and the Avid program to get there.
Avid is kind of a mindset for both teachers and students about how to approach learning.
Avid stands for Advancement via Individual Determination. This program, available at a number of Vancouver public schools, gives kids the tools to be ready for college and careers.
It focuses on being more organized, it focuses on taking more ownership over your learning, and it focuses on thinking about the future and where your learning will take you.
82% of McLaughlin Middle School students qualify for free or reduced lunches, which is a federal indicator of poverty. According to staff, a smaller than average percentage of MAC parents attended college, so for some students, the idea of going to college themselves can seem far-fetched. That's where Avid steps in. In addition to field trips to college campuses and rigorous classes, Avid students are now incorporating technology into their daily routines.
For a lot of these students, just getting that opportunity to work on a device that they'll probably have or work within technology at that level is important.
The iPads they're using aren't just gadgets, they're tools that support the mission of Avid. Students stay organized, do their homework, and more actively communicate with their teachers.
Having the structures that Avid provides, it just sets them up for a brighter future.
For In the Know, I'm Nick Voll.
Thanks, Nick. Students aren't alone in learning to work differently with technology, and that brings us to the third area we're focusing on today, teaching. At Alki Middle School, teachers are changing the way they work with one another and with their students. Amanda Richter has more.
Students at Alki Middle School have been using iPads in class for almost a year now. And while it's changed how kids are learning, it's also changed how teachers are teaching.
It gives me a whole new variety of tools to use that maybe weren't at my fingertips before.
With devices and apps, teachers can spend less time lecturing, leaving more time for students to take responsibility for their own learning.
We use it from start of class to finish. The kids walk in, they open up, they go to their online planner, and we go through the steps of the day, the goals, the targets, and what we're going to do that day.
Some of the changes are about simplifying a teacher's workflow.
90 to 95% of my work is turned in online. I haven't made a photocopy since the first week of school.
Other changes are about teachers allowing student voice and choice, such as how they demonstrate what they've learned.
A good example is like the 4-point scale. A 3 is passing, whereas 4 is going beyond. And the students now know that, and with the standards based, they can then take what they know they're supposed to do and go beyond that, and oftentimes blow me away on what they're doing and saying they meet my goals but then go beyond, not because they have to, but because the assignment has allowed them, or the iPad or the technology has allowed them to express themselves in all new ways.
Teachers like Matt Greco and Carolyn Connors are leading the way in their building, helping other teachers incorporate the technology into their lesson plans.
And there's so many endless possibilities that's exciting to me as a teacher who loves to play on, but it's also exciting for the students because there's so many ways that we can use the tool that we haven't even we just touched the surface of it.
For In the Know, I'm Amanda Richter.
Thanks, Amanda. Next fall, 4 more middle schools will begin their own one-to-one programs. If you'd like to learn more about how laptops, iPads, and other technologies are being used to support student learning, mark your calendar now for the upcoming 2014 weLearn Tech Shows. There are 3 for you to choose from at McLaughlin, Alki, and iTech Preparatory. The first at MAC is February 20th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. You can see the other dates on your screen. Each event will showcase students and teachers sharing their uses of technology. And at iTech Prep, you'll be able to learn about what's happening there and also some of the other science, technology, engineering, and math programs around the district. The District TV studio will also produce a special presentation from these shows, so keep your eyes peeled for that on Comcast and online. As always, if you want to see more examples of technology in the classroom, head to youtube.com/VanSDTV. Just click on the weLearn playlist. That's just about all the time we have for now. Thanks for watching In the Know, and we'll see you at the weLearn Tech Shows. I'm Mark Ray.